Reddit, what is the one regret from your past that still weighs on you no matter how much time passes? The week after my dad died, I was 23, living in a strange city I'd just moved to for work, and everything felt both too loud and too quiet. I remember the sunlight coming through my cheap apartment blinds looked almost orange, hitting the dusty boxes I'd never unpacked. My phone lit up every few hours with a "thinking of you" text, which felt more like a punch than a comfort. At that point, I honestly just wanted to lie on the carpet and stare at the ceiling forever. My father had always been this big, reassuring presence, and suddenly he was gone, and I was alone with memories and no anchor at all. A few days later, my aunt called. She said, "We're sorting through your dad's things in his study. You should come." Her voice sounded thin, but she was always the gentle one. I agreed, but inside I was dreading it. The drive back to my hometown was only 2 hours, but it felt like crossing into another world. When I finally pulled up outside the old house, the air smelled like cut grass and late summer heat. My aunt met me at the door, hugging me in a way that felt both fragile and urgent. My dad's study was exactly as he'd left it, with stacks of notebooks, old fountain pens, and a battered leather chair pushed up against the window. I stood there, staring at everything, but I could not make myself say or do much. My aunt handed me a small wooden box and said, "He wanted you to have this." Inside, there were some coins, faded postcards, and a letter with my name on it. I felt the letter's weight but could not bring myself to open it just yet. Instead, I spent most of the day half helping, mostly pretending to clean while my aunt and cousins filled cardboard boxes and whispered quietly in corners. Every time someone asked, "Are you okay?" I mumbled something vague. I kept thinking I should say something, share more, tell a story, ask about his last weeks. But I just drifted from room to room, numb and distracted, letting the moment pass because it seemed easier. Late in the afternoon, after everyone left, I sat alone in the study, finally opening the letter. My dad had written about the little things he loved, our Sunday walks, dumb jokes we used to make, advice I barely remembered. He closed with, "I hope you know you were my greatest joy." Tears hit my hands, but all I could think about was how I had wasted that day. How I stayed silent instead of asking about the stories behind his keepsakes or telling my aunt how much I missed him too. I replayed every awkward, quiet moment. I wished I had told her, and everyone else, how much he mattered, and how lost I felt. Looking back, that afternoon taught me that regret is not about grand decisions, it is about the words you leave unsaid when you still have the chance. I wish I could have just let myself speak.